Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to the World Series, more round one, and today we have Oldie in the south on Tournament Desert in the green color as USA Vanilla, and in the north we have Pablo Escobar in the red color GLA Demolition. We've got fake barracks. The reason you make a fake barracks, I do a video on that. I won't talk about it now. If you are interested, check it out. And then in the south we do have Oldie 21. Nobody seems to know at the moment who this Oldie guy is, and the way he's called Oldie indicates that he may be an older player. He seems pretty good though. He recently in another tournament I think beat a guy called Fargo, and Fargo is a pretty decent player, as you probably know. You've seen him online. He's pretty decent. So we're going to be paying particular attention to Oldie in this matchup. We've got a dozer drop from Oldie. He's going to go straight on the aggression for against Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar running a worker straight into the dozer, and then actually almost missing the dozer, but it manages to just get it. I'm not sure if there's any lag in this game or not. It is just them two players inside the game. We do see a tunnel now going up for Pablo Escobar, and also an arms dealer going up, pretty standard from him. We've also got an aggressive, it's going to be a tunnel on the right, but he's making the demo trap first. He is GLA Demolition, so it's going to be nice. Hopefully he moves that worker back now. Please, Pablo, please move it back. I'll make the demo trap work. Oldie did move to the left. I don't know if he expected the demo trap to be there. He did move to the left. But yeah, we're going to be trying to work out who this Oldie guy is. And the way you can sometimes work out who a player is by using by clicking on him and seeing what kind of hotkeys they use. He doesn't tend to use that many hotkeys at all, actually, from what I've seen. He only uses one, and that's on his army sometimes. So we're going to see a TerraTech from Pablo, only killing the power though. Power's not really an important building. It can be rebuilt nice and easy. Doesn't really slow down the supplies, but he is doing a harassment as well. Oldie a little bit slow to kind of react to this, so that indicates to me the kind of level of player that Oldie is. A top player, if he's one of the 0-hour experts, as they say, then he's probably going to be reacting to things like that quicker. He tended to react to that a little bit slow. Saying that, he has moved his Chinooks out of the way quick enough. So yeah, we're going to be trying to work out who this player is. We've got another tech coming from Pablo Escobar. Pablo has really been really aggressive this game, exactly like he needs to be. He's got 5 workers there, 4 workers on the left hand side. We've got a tunnel, 2 tunnels in the center, a tunnel being built way back here now. Pablo trying to re-establish himself on that right hand side, or establish himself altogether. You see these Chinooks not collecting. That's again tells you the kind of level of player that Oldie might be, because you want to be dropping those supplies off at the supply center. Oldie choosing to go for a ranger drop, it looks like. He's probably going to be trying to clear out these buildings. On the left hand side there we do see a V. I'm not quite sure how that got there. I think I might have missed it. I think he's just walked across the map actually. It's securing these bunkers though, which is very good. That's exactly what you want to be doing. Massive map control, and a big mistake from Pablo, to be honest. No map presence on this whole left side for the whole time, so he deserves full well to lose the left hand side. In the meantime, we've got a ranger drop. It's going to be slowly killing that tunnel, and we've got plenty of these out now from Pablo. Pablo has re-established his power, re-established his supply, and in the meantime Pablo has gone in the base with a load of weak techs and also dropped off some RPGs. Pablo harassing the Chinooks, but the Chinooks moving out of the way, leaving the RPGs. They're just going to die for no reason. You want to save as many RPGs as possible. You don't really want to just be throwing them away. 1v does go a little bit low again. People always talking about who's this Oldie guy, but it's indicating to me he's not one of the very top, like 1% of 0-hour players, just because of the few little mistakes we are seeing so far. We do see a demo trap from Pablo Escobar protecting that supply, and then we've also got a palace going up and an oil going up. I would prefer to see a few more tunnels and a bit more aggression before doing all these things, as you saw against when Herb played against, can't remember who he played now, was it Pika? I think he played Pika, and Herb went oil and palace without doing enough damage in the beginning. He lost to the mid-game aggression from the USA player, and I have a feeling that's probably going to be what's happening again here now. But saying that, actually there's going to be demo bikes out, and that's probably going to be pretty hard for Oldie to deal with. We're going to see 2 terrorists dropped off and kill the firebase, so Pablo doing pretty well with his terror techs, to be honest. I don't think any of his terror techs so far have failed, and his tech RPGs have always managed to get at least some damage off to the Chinooks, but not doing enough damage, in my opinion, to either the production, not killed a war factory or barracks, and also not done enough damage to any Chinooks. He's not killed any Chinooks, he's not got any of them very low. In fact, he's actually, because he killed one of the supplies, Pablo's actually got another Chinook for free collecting. Actually, one of them is low. It is that one that's low. On this right hand side, though, we've got this demo trap. Is Pablo going to bait Oldie into walking into that? Let's see. On this left hand side, we've got the Chinook continuing to slowly mine or collect, rather. And then we've got Pablo trying some aggression here. But these technicals are just going to be chased away. What Pablo is not doing, apart from establishing himself on this left-hand side, need a toxin tractor to clear up both of these. But he is not using like distraction tech. So like what you can do is just waypoint attack like over here, and then way back over here and behind, and his Vs will then chase it. It has to chase it because he needs to kill it, in case it kills his strategy center. And then you can go in and do an attack with something else. Pablo is not doing a lot of that. He's not doing double attacks. He's not doing like a 1-2 combination. He's doing a lot of single attacks, and that's his first terror attack that's going to fail. All the terrorists are going to go down. All are going to die. Oldie a little bit slow to push out, and also a little bit defensive and a little bit hesitant. Again, all clues to as to what kind of who this player is. Finally got demo bikes out of Pablo Escobar. He's only got 3 workers collecting, and got 5 collecting there. 2 Vs going down. Not sure how full they were, but a perfect hit for the demo bike. That bunker on the right hand side has also been cleared out. These just kind of sitting idle for Oldie. What he needs to be doing is breaking them off, so he needs to be selecting like those and then filling those ones up and engaging with those, rather than having loads of them but more empty, because the ones that are more empty are going to be taking loads of damage from demo bikes. This left hand side now, we've got the oil captured for Oldie. V's going down, or 1 V going down. Sacrificed it for 1 technical, probably worth it. I would say it definitely is worth it actually, 1 for 1. Oldie really hesitant to push here. Keeps going back, quite unsure what to do.
Unit lost.
So V's pushing through the center now, but a demo bike's going to come in, and because these are empty, because they're not full enough, then they're going to be going down. There's no way this is one of the top 0-hour players like people are saying. People are saying it might be Caro has come back from when he played 5 years ago, but I definitely don't think it's Caro, because Caro would know to fill his Vs more full than they actually currently are. Having loads of empty Vs like that is the perfect target for bikes. What you want to do is split them off and have 2 or 3 of them that are just really full. Pushing forward here is Oldie. Toxin Tractor going to kill a Burton. That's one of the very only times that you will see a Toxin Tractor kill a Burton. Very nice. From Pablo Escobar. We've got loads of bikes now, more tunnels. Also, all these missile defenders are going down. These Vs are really scared. Oldie trying to go for Tomahawks now. It's floating 8.3k. He really doesn't know what to do against these demo bikes. I would be making 5 aces and more full Vs. Having these empty Vs, like I said, is perfect target, and I wouldn't be surprised if another bike runs into these and kills even more.
Low power.
Got a dozer. Dozer building a power, just built a supply drop zone. It's looking like it might go late game, to be honest. We're seeing supply drop zones. What have we got up here? We've got 1 market, no worker shoes yet. You can tell because they're not collecting $83, and they're collecting 75. And also, he hasn't got enough workers on the supply again. This is very basic for 0 hour. You always want to have at least 5 workers, but ideally like 6 or 7 if you want to be collecting the fastest rate. These are a little bit close together. 2 terrorists can kill that, or 1 bike can probably kill that as well. We got Jarman now. Jarman going to sacrifice himself. A little bit of a mistake from Pablo. On this left hand side we have got a demo bike, and where's the demo bike going to go? It's going to go and kill some Vs. It's going to kill that 1 V, I think. 1 for 1 definitely still worth it, and you get the XP because you've killed a unit. But this is the bit you want to be killing. And Oldie really not knowing how to handle this, is not pushing, not knowing what to do. He's kind of sitting back with empty Vs against bikes, which is definitely not what you want to be doing. You want to have these more full. I know I keep saying it, but it's super important. And because of that, Oldie's probably going to lose all of these Vs and probably really lose the game.
Congratulations, General. You have been promoted.
More Vs going down because they're just completely empty. We've got another supply drop zone built now. Another V, empty again, fighting a bike, and of course it's going to lose, so you need to fill it. Quads killing the Chinooks in the centre. They've been manually put there, but they're going to go down all to 1 quad. This is more XP. We've got an A10 killing an oil on there on the right hand side, double A10. Pablo Escobar now is mined out on this left hand side, but he's actually running out of money because now he's on no oil. He hasn't killed the enemy oil with a simple terror tech. That could have been done. Pablo hasn't really secured the middle completely, and actually he's getting pushed back a hell of a lot from the centre. So actually it's looking more and more like Oldie's probably going to win this. Oldie's also floating 10k, which is a little bit weird. So the game has slowed down a bit. It's kind of the occasional demo bike, which is probably going to get in again. Actually, it does manage to take it out, probably because there's a few missile defenders out now. But Pablo Escobar, I think, is running out of money, and one of the reasons is he was late getting the workers' shoes. V going to go on this left hand side and kill these 2 workers that are a little bit out of position. No garrison inside of there yet, and in this middle we've now got a tunnel going down. Pablo Escobar is on his last tunnel in the middle, which is that one the furthest back. More MTVs going down, and Oldie completely pushing Pablo back in the centre. Probably wants to be getting another supply centre now in the centre and collecting from the middle. On this right side we've got a push. We've got 4 quads. One of them is Vet 2, so a pretty strong quad. We've also got a Jarman inside of there, I think. Is he going to pop the Jarman out now and kill something? I would probably just be tempted to go in the base, but actually he's got Comanches out now, all he has, so yeah, we'll see what he's going to do with the Comanches. Comanches, in my opinion, for USA Vanilla is not worth it, because a few quads like that will take them all out. Jarman is continuing to snipe some vehicles, so he sniped one there. I think he sniped one over there earlier as well. These Vs pushing forward and Oldie not reacting to it at all. In the middle we've got 2 Vs pushing forward. One is heroic. More demo bikes going to come in, and because they're empty, they're just going to both go down nice and easy. Exactly like we said. The Vs are now going to engage these quads, and what they want to do is actually combine the attack with the Comanches. So the Comanches, if they take out some of these units, should be able to vet up. So they are vetting up. We've got a Demo Rebel Ambush, I think that was. It's taking out all of these, so now there's just literally Comanches left on the field. On this right hand side, Pablo has managed to secure a 3rd supply, or sorry, what would now be his 2nd supply, because these are the ones mined out. We've also got Burton in the back of the base causing damage to the arms dealer, doing some TNTs there. What Burton wants to do is knife that unit, really. Burton not knowing really what to do. He's chasing the radar van down, but I think he's going to go down. Yeah, to the quads. The quads are going to get there in time. One of them vetted up from killing that Jarman as well. If you kill a strong unit, usually you get more XP for that, rather than killing a weak unit. War factory needs repairing. Barracks needs rebuilding because of the supply drop zone. Pablo looks really good. It's just a few of the things I don't really like, which is obviously the V's being empty. He just seems a little bit slow and a little bit hesitant to push out. But apart from that, I like his unit mix. He's making Comanches, he's made Tomahawks. He's done a nice unit mix, but he just looks a little bit slow to me. This is just my first kind of thought. Workers being taken out there. Barracks going to be cancelled. Not sure what the barracks is going to be for. Barracks has been cancelled or taken out in the middle. See, now if this was Caro or someone like that, there would be another supply here and he'd be mining from this loads, but there's only one Chinook there. One Chinook is still sat in the base doing nothing. We've got another A-10 strike coming in now. Not quite sure where that's going, to be honest. Probably going here, but a little bit too soon because the Comanches have already been in there and cleared that out. But I like the thinking what he was trying to do. Probably should have waited until they were like halfway across the map, like here, and then just went past the tunnel and tried to bait them out and then try and get the shot like that. But Pablo didn't evacuate anyway. We've got bikes coming in. This is a bad idea going for, oh, is he going to hit the V's actually? It's a bad idea because the firebase is really strong against bikes. You want to ideally take out the firebase first and then with his second wave then go for the V's. On this right side now we do have a barracks established. He's got 4 workers long distance mining. He's now captured a V. For himself, but we have got loads of supply drop zones out for Oldie, so we've got 3 out. Actually, so 5 out and an oil, which counts as like, is it, I can't remember how many it is now. It's like 1.6 black markets, something like that it's worth. Not looking so good for Pablo at the moment, just because money-wise, he's only going to be left on this right-hand side supply very soon. He does have a demo rebel ambush though, which is really strong, but it just in the money situation, Oldie has got loads more money. Is that V gonna get chased away? Just escape with his life inside the tunnel. Pablo continuing to be pushed back. Loads of quads pop there. He managed to kill out 2 Vs. Loads of missile defenders going to go down as well. Bike's going to go down. Not targeting that missile defender, don't know why, but loads of units lost there for mainly Pablo, I think. Mainly Pablo because he lost so many quads. In the meantime, we've got Comanches around the back taking out a arms dealer and radar, so now Pablo has no radar. You can't really see what's going on the map. I'm gonna guess just based on that Pablo is probably going to be losing this game when you've got so many overpowered Comanches, because now they're vetted up, they're harder to kill. No arms dealer out, so quads are going to be pretty far away. In the meantime, we've got a rebel ambush. We've got how many rebels is that? Is it 12? Yeah, it looks like 12. 10. It is 10. Managing to kill 2 buildings for a demo rebel ambush is pretty decent. Usually I only get the level 1 of rebel ambush because I use the bounty. Get the full bounty and use level 1 of the rebel ambush, because level 1 ambush will typically kill a whole army. So fuel air bomb coming in and managing to take out the palace, or make it really low rather, which will now allow the Comanches to come in and finish it off. Really looking like a good victory for Oldie, and as I say that, Pablo Escobar throws in the towel, GG, and that's 1-0 for Pablo. Just going to update the scoreboard. You can see loads of units destroyed there for Oldie, 113 units destroyed. Oops, it's 1-0 to Oldie. So yeah, loads of units destroyed, loads more supplies collected, mainly because of them supply drop zones. So without further ado, let's jump into game 2. Okay, so we're on Melting Snow for the second game. We've got Oldie in the bottom right as the green tank general, and in the top left we've got Pablo Escobar with the red nuke general. So let's see what Pablo can do. Can he turn this around and make it a 1-1, or is Oldie going to be just a little bit too much for him? And is this game going to be faster than the previous, or is it going to be a more bunkery game like that first game was? So I'm going to expect that both players are going to go for the dual supplies. As we say that, we do see both players making the supplies. Oldie's a little bit slower. I think that's mainly to do with the dozer placement, because when you start, your command center's here and your dozer's here. So your second dozer has to go through and make a supply center. Weirdly, from Oldie, we've got a helix, and probably going to be a helix. It'd be a bit silly to make mix, but it's probably going to be a helix. Also making a barracks, which would indicate a helix. In the meantime, from Pablo, we're going to see a barracks and a war factory. Don't know if I like either of these build orders, to be honest. I would make in probably, no matter which army I am, I'd probably be making 2 war factories for both of them. Apart from maybe with Nuke, you could do 1 war factory and 1 fast propaganda center. But let's see what Pablo can do with this. The tank hunters are going to gain some map control. They're going to go inside of these middle buildings and take over some stuff. And then back in Oldie's base, not sure if he's got the perfect supply placement on either of them actually. He is going for a helix, so fast helix is out. I say fast, but actually it's not that fast. Reason being, there's not enough tank hunters out to complete it. And he's also putting his units in the helix before the horde bonus is allowed. This indicates to me, just based on that one thing and the non-perfect supply placement, this is not a top tier level player. So anyone who's currently on the forums trying to work out who this is, and I've seen quite a few people wondering, this is definitely not a top tier player. Maybe someone like Genmaster. Yeah, I'm thinking Genmaster. I can't think who else it'd be, to be honest. Or maybe just one completely different, to be honest, just because that first game with the mix of the Tomahawks and the Comanches, don't often see that, so it might be someone from a long time ago, which is maybe why he's called Oldie. This helix is flying around and causing a little bit of damage. We've got 2 tank hunters going pretty low there. They survive though. Outpost going down, dozer going down. On this left hand side, the helix is going to fly in and kill some trucks. Going to be chased away though just by 1 GAT. There is a second GAT popped out. I was going to say I'd go for the GAT and try and kill it, but when that second one popped out, I would regret that decision instantly. So a good decision by Oldie. Maybe using his old and wise experience running away from that GAT, which was definitely the right thing to do there, and I probably would have lost the helix. So we've got quite a bit of map control out for Pablo Escobar. We've also got a fast propaganda center, which would tell us that we're going to see a Lotus, we're going to see an Overlord, and we're going to see an ECM pretty quick at the 3:30 mark. All of that should be coming out pretty soon, which is pretty quick. On this right hand side, we've got a dozer building a bunker. Don't really like that supply placement because a unit can still probably get behind the back of there, I would imagine, like a flamer or something like that, and still cause massive damage. Would like the placement to be more like there or something like that. Getting a little bit slow now. There's no green coming into contact with red on this map at the moment. Helix is repairing itself. We've got a propaganda center going up for Oldie, and we've got a Lotus out. We've also got a Lotus out here from Pablo. I could tell by the flashing red on the map at the moment. So both Lotus is going to go for the oils. Looks like Pablo is going to get to the oil first, and if he starts capturing it first, he will definitely secure that first bonus $1,000 that you get from capturing the oil. On this right hand side, we've got a bit of an engagement, so an Overlord is out now. No ECM yet. Well, the ECM is coming, but it's a little bit out of position, and therefore this Overlord is going to take quite a bit of damage. This is horrific micro from Pablo. You can't just run a dozer in like that. Run a Overlord in like that and expect to achieve something. Completely get wasted and goes down. A whole army completely wasted there, to be honest. And at that moment in time, he was probably at a massive advantage. He also slow getting the oil, so therefore the enemy has already got the 1,000 bonus. It's going to capture it back, but this Lotus is probably just going to capture it back as well until a GAT gets here to back someone up. So yeah, 2 big mistakes there from Pablo, not getting the oil fast enough, and also that engagement was horrendous, just completely wasted them units. So unfortunate for Pablo. Supply placement not perfect for a lot of the supplies on this map. I think we do maybe here, although I did just see the trucks moving. Pretty decent army out for Oldie now. Got 3 Battle Masters, 2 ECMs and a GAT. Oldie choosing to kill the oil, and again, if you can secure this oil, you're probably better capturing it for yourself rather than killing it, especially when he's got a Lotus out, which I'm not sure where the Lotus has gone. Lotus has gone over here now to capture the refinery. But I definitely would have stayed there with my Lotus and captured it myself rather than killing it for sure. Got another Helix out for Oldie. Not sure how much I like Helixes as tank because they're so expensive to produce with the bunkers. And using the tank hunters because they're so expensive as well. $375 for just one tank hunter. So Flamer is going to clear out the center there. It's going to get killed pretty soon though, not before taking out one Gat though, at least one, maybe a second. That Gat does survive. ECM disabling the flame tank and then it's being killed. But on the meantime, Pablo has managed to get the refinery here, but at least he's got the refinery before the enemy. That makes your units 10% cheaper, so he's going to be able to produce more units cheaper now. Loads of Helixes coming in, no Gat to protect any of this. Well, there is one Gat, sorry, but it's really, really low. And Pablo is probably going to lose this game. He can't lose his whole army again for absolutely nothing. Helix is continuing to push forward, another Gat taken out, another ECM taken out, and actually just pushing straight forward into the base. It really doesn't matter about that army over there. He's doing the right thing and just engaging the base. Killed an Overlord there, pretty much for free. Yeah, it doesn't really matter about this army here because oh, a little bit of a mistake there from Oldie, and actually he might pay the price. He's going to lose a Helix for that, I think, or at least one. He's going to get really low. He's going to lose a Helix because he didn't kill the War Factory and one goes down. So actually massive bonus there for Pablo, but I really think it's too late. He's lost way too much. Oldie's going to be getting loads of XP from this as well, so command center is already up, so you're going to hear artillery and stuff any minute now. Loads of Overlords, ECMs, GATs, all kinds of stuff have gone down now. So it should be artillery or a tank drop or something. There you go, artillery's ready now. So Helix is coming back now to kill the Lotus. I didn't like this from Oldie, to be honest, because Oldie could have finished the game right there and then. If that War Factory didn't get left on 10 HP, which was a complete oversight by a complete mistake from Oldie, if I'm honest, and then killed the second War Factory, this game was over there and then. But this game, every minute that goes by now is completely wasted time because Oldie should have already won the game. Artillery did come in and has killed that supply there, I think. So Pablo, for the next few minutes at least, is going to be on one supply, or he's not going to be on two trucks anyway. And we've got a few Gats out for Oldie. I don't know why, because you haven't seen an airfield. This might be a little bit of a mistake from Oldie, to be honest, because it depends actually if he gets that Gat. You see this Gat? What's it doing over here when the ECMs are over there? Complete mistake from Pablo. Another Gat is behind though, and he's going to take out another Helix going down. So Oldie hanging around too much with his Helixes. You want to kill what you can and then get out. You don't want to be hesitant, don't want to be going back and forth. You only want to make your decision and stick with it. So bit of an engagement here, a little bit weird because things are getting disabled on both sides. But really, Pablo is still holding on. In this top bit, we've got Lotus ready to probably capture the command center. We've got a tank drop, just dropping one tank off. It is powerful to get the 4 tank drop, by the way, because you can kill whole bases with just those 4 tanks. So it is really powerful. Sometimes I prefer just to skip the artillery and just get the 4 battle masters. Really, really strong. In the meantime, we've got artillery coming down to hit the south, coming to hit Oldie's base, going to hit there in the middle and actually kill none of them. Really unlucky there. That supply center really doesn't have any more HP left at all. It literally has none, to be honest. So really unfortunate there for Pablo, and this is just, everything's not going Pablo's way this game. Another Helix maybe going down. Pablo being pretty bad with his Helix micro, to be honest. It's going to be the 3rd Helix, I think, to go down, or maybe even 4th. Is it the 4th? I'm not even sure how many Helixes he's lost so far. But Oldie really making this game last much longer than it needs to. He's completely wrecked Pablo's base at least once now. Flying him in them helixes earlier, killing everything. He's killed his army twice. He's ahead with the general's powers. But if he keeps doing things like this, which is a big risk, he might be on for losing even more helixes. Another GAT is coming out. You've got to be expecting that GAT to come out. And the helixes are just going to escape in time. That needs to evacuate because you've lost all of this stuff anyway. Start firing at the command center, that's what I'd do. Yeah, it needs to start firing at the command center. But now the GAT and ECM are going to come actually and clear all this up. Not much they can really do against the GAT and an ECM. If it was just a GAT, you should be able to kill it. But if it's a GAT and an ECM, also these units aren't even being controlled at all anyway. They're just still firing at the command center, not even trying to defend themselves. So we've got Emperor Overlord out. And Emperor Overlord rather. The supply is still being left on 0 HP. Gonna go back with the Doze now and repair it. Pablo establishing himself on the map, but just similar to game 1, he's very slow and hesitant to close out the game. He's like really plodding along and being slow and more methodical rather than fast and aggressive. Which, don't get me wrong, is not a bad thing. He's taking it nice and slow, but would like to see a little bit more faster action and more like on the edge of your seat aggression rather than this slow, plodding, methodical approach. Emperor Overlord is going to be really hard for Pablo to deal with. I don't think we've got a propaganda center left. We've got artillery coming in again. A outpost is being disabled with ECMs. That Overlord is just going to completely wreck everything. It's already Vet 2 as well. I think they start on Vet 1. I think. Or do they start on Vet 1 or do they start on Vet 0? I'm not sure. Helix is coming in again, but this time they're fighting against a heroic GAT. The GAT's going to take out one, and the outpost is probably going to take out the second. It's going to leave it really low. But really, Pablo has got nothing left now. As completely EGG's taps out and goes straight to the scoreboard a little bit quick. But you can see Pablo collected less money and destroyed a lot less units. Oldie is completely annihilating him there. Just going to update the scoreboard. So we are now on 2-0 for Oldie. Okay, so jumping into game 3, and now we have Oldie in the north with China Vanilla, and in the south we've got Pablo Escobar with a little bit of army luck. You've got GLA Demolition. Let's hope this game is a little bit quicker than a really slow bunkery demo bike style. I want to see some fast aggression from Pablo. I want to see him closing this game out nice and early. We've already established in the long run Oldie is looking like the stronger player to me, so it'd be nice if we can see some fast aggression from him at the moment, and or in this game rather, and like fast terror tech, fast tech RPGs, stuff like that. In the meantime, it looks like Oldie is going for a helix. It looks like it's going to be a double helix rush. See, like a player like Caro would never ever do this, I don't think. So it indicates to me, and also that supply placement is horrendous. It's facing away and not very good at all. It indicates to me that this is definitely not Caro or any player of the same caliber as Caro. Just my thoughts, but I just say it as I see it. That's exactly as I say it. On the left hand side we've got Pablo with their supply, no tunnel nearby though, but it's instead going to be over here. On the right hand side we've got another tunnel, in the middle we've got another tunnel, pretty standard, also a tunnel here, and he's also going for terrorists as well. That will leave him with not enough cash to build all the workers and build a tech at the same time, so one of them is going to be delayed. Is it going to be, it looks like the tech's going to be delayed, and a few of these workers are going to be delayed. Just from knowledge, just from my experience, I know it's going to be a little bit slow, so that's going to be a few seconds late, and also he's not going to have enough workers on here quick enough. Pablo is really going to need some quads out ASAP. If you've got to remember, Pablo can see this on the map at the moment. He can't see what we can see, so he really needs to be producing quads ASAP. No horde bonus again from the tank hunters because he's putting them in all individually. Big mistake there, and it looks like no quads are going to be built. Instead, he's building demo traps He's taking over some map control, building another demo trap here. Now Pablo can see this. He needs to instantly stop everything he's doing and just make quads and stingers in his base. If he just makes one stinger and a few quads, he should be able to handle this. Oldie, in the meantime, is going to go and deal with... so actually, aTTaCkME has killed the power. That's pretty nice. But in the meantime, on this left-hand side, Oldie spent time killing the tunnel. You shouldn't spend time killing the tunnel because what you want to do is go straight in the base and kill the quads and kill the war factory. That's the first thing you want to do. Looks like the one helix is going to go really low. One helix is going to go down, and it happens to be... Was that the bunker helix? Did he do 2 bunker helixes? I think he did, because it was going to evacuate. He's done 2 bunker helixes, so this is a massive mistake from Oldie. This micro was horrific from Oldie. That was a really quick game. I said we were hoping for a quick game. We did see a quick game there. And Pablo Escobar manages to pull it back. Not really quite sure what to say there. Oldie's gone from his slow, methodical approach to all-out, really brash rush, and pays the price for it. So well played by Pablo. He did make the quads in time and managed to fight that off. Okay, so we are on Gorge Drought for this 4th game. So the score so far is 2-1. We need 4 games to win, of course, the same as all the other rounds. Sorry, all the other games in round 1. We've got China versus Super Weapon General. Pablo taking the Super Weapon General and in the red, and in the south got Oldie with GLA. Sorry, what am I about GLA? It doesn't look anything like GLA. We have got China Vanilla for Oldie. Oldie going for a barracks. A little bit strange. I don't know. I'd be making 2 supplies, 2 war factories probably as China. Whereas Oldie is choosing. I thought he was going to make red guards and try and deny some. I don't know why. I keep thinking is. I keep thinking there's a GLA in the game. I thought he was going to make red guards to kill some workers, but of course he's not. He's going to be making tank hunters. He's going to be going on this right hand side to take these buildings, I think. I'd rather go in that one. Sorry, I'd rather go in that one and build a bunker there, because then you're denying this whole thing. If you go in that one and that one, a V can still go down the center and still get in the supply line. So we have got some tank hunters spread around the map. We've got a GAT going to the left. Tank hunters not bunched up though are going to be pretty weak against these. We got an EMP built a little bit late on the old power upgrade though. V's going to be a little bit aggressive down the middle. On this left hand side we've got a GAT going towards the supply line. If that gets in the supply line, it's going to cause massive damage. We do have now loads of tank hunters out. 5 is like the optimal number. You have tank hunters that you want to have out. They can kill a V without even losing 1 tank hunter, so that's going to be... But you see what I mean about this V? It's just going to walk straight through the center. See, I'm like a one of them guys that can see into the future. I just predicted the V's was going to walk through. That's exactly what happens. On the left hand side we're going to see this GAT actually get in the supply line, and if that gets in the supply line and causes some big damage, that GAT... Oh, what is he doing? That GAT should have started engaging the V straight away. Should have fired up and started engaging the V, and the V would have gone down or be chased away, and then he can get in the supply line. Because he started firing at the Chinook. The Chinook's going to get low, which is a bonus, but I think he could have got more out of that GAT. We're going to see another supply built for Oldie. That's Oldie now on 4 supplies. Also behind this going for an airfield. No bunker here. I don't know why, because there's 2 tank gunners. You don't need another barracks. You don't need another one. You've got one here. You just need to build some bunkers. That's all you need. These V's here now, if they'd have gone down there just a second ago, they could have killed them 2 things and even probably got in the supply line again. There are 2 GATs there protecting it though. I'm guessing he's upgrading to napalm now, because I've not seen the unit come out of there anytime recently. I think he's upgrading to napalm because we've got the MiGs coming out as well, and that should be just destroying these V's nice and easily, to be honest. We've got the veterancy from the Red Guard. That's nice to see. He's going to be taking out EMPs a lot quicker with the veterancy, going to be causing a little bit more damage. On this right hand side we've got a Ranger with flashbang upgrade as well, but the tank hunter is already evacuated. Gat does now go and save the day and kill that. In the meantime we've got two Vs looking like they were going to sacrifice themselves then to stop the Red Guards, but the Red Guards actually surviving because the Vs have chosen to go back. In the meantime we've got a fire base being built next to the EMP. Nice defense combo, to be honest. All of this is a nice defense combo. Flashbangs, Vs, fire base, EMP. I'll probably do the fire base a little bit closer to the EMP, to be honest. And also I wouldn't be surprised if that turret can reach the EMP. I don't think it can actually, because it would be firing at it already. But he's firing at this one, which is pretty unlucky for Pablo. It's going to be taken out really slowly. In the meantime, Oldie is building a third supply. Sorry, that's a fifth supply? Yes, a fifth supply. Really ambitious. But actually it's paying off because he saved the day with the MiGs. That supply truck surviving on 0% HP. Even if he just switches that to the machine gun now and just taps it, that should be going down. Supply truck going to be laser locked. This was a little bit ambitious, to be honest. He's already lost 2 trucks and one's on 0 HP. This is a little bit strange. I don't know why the Ranger didn't just fight. It could have, even with low HP, it could have caused major damage to all end with the flashbangs. V just going to walk straight, almost into the mines, but if not, straight into the tank hunters. You can see this map is completely dominated in green now. Oldie completely secure in this game. It looks like MiGs are going to come in and kill the EMP. I wonder if that MiG will die, because usually when you're flying away, the EMP won't be able to cause enough damage. Actually, it does manage to take out one, but I don't think it EMP'd it. I think it was literally because it took too many bullets in the back and actually just died from HP damage rather than the EMP. So we've got a fifth supply actually now completely up for Oldie, rather. I was going to say Audi then, or Aldi. Oldie 21, but you can see what I mean. The green on the map is just completely dominating. The red is getting smaller and smaller and pushed more and more back. Oil and refinery captured now for both players, which means you can see lots of units on the screen. This is why I like this map, because you've got an oil and refinery in the back. It helps you produce loads of units, so usually you see big exciting battles rather than long bunkery games. Some Rangers have got in, sorry, Red Guard have got in, killed one of the units. I think it was an Avenger. In the meantime, this drone is scouting what we can see, but I don't think you can see very much. I don't even think he knows where the MiGs are. But it's not looking great for Pablo. Yeah, he held on there, but he took quite a bit of damage. He lost an Avenger, and the firebase has gone. So massive MiG strike there, loads of Vs going down, another V going down as well to a Gat. And Pablo just quitting, realising that Oldie has literally the whole map.
Victorious.
This whole left side here is a massive strategic position, and as you can see here, just completely with that fifth supply stealing his enemy supply. Really well played by Oldie. Nice and methodical approach again, completely dominating that map. Much quicker than he did in previous games. Maybe his confidence and is increasing now, and also he's warming up a little bit. But well played by Oldie. So jumping in the fifth game, and this could well be the final game if Pablo Escobar doesn't defend and win the next 3 games in a row. So Pablo has got the left-hand side on this map with USA Laser, and on the right-hand side we've got Oldie with green GLA Tox. So I do prefer the Tox in general in this matchup, just because Toxin's nice and aggressive, powerful tunnels, powerful tech RPGs, powerful terrorists, cheap technicals as well, cheaper than like the demo general by like 100. And this map is Barren Badlands. Because it's such a nice wide map, GLA can really make use of its tunnels and teleporting its units around the map using the tunnels nice and quick. So we'll see how Pablo Escobar deals with this. He has done a supply and then not boxed his dozer in, so he's going to be liable to or vulnerable to a dozer hunt. In the meantime, this dozer has gone down here, and fortunately for him, spotted a worker building a tunnel, so that's going to be taken out, I would imagine, by Pablo. Pablo not reacting fully to it. I think he should be able to kill it, to be honest. He has killed that now, nice and easy. I wonder if there's a way to tuck your unit and tuck your worker in there. There probably is somehow. You know, I did a video called 5 Pro Tips on a lagoon. I showed you how to tuck your worker into certain places. I wonder if there's a place there. Probably is, to be honest, and something worth practicing. So on the bottom we've got a technical coming in now. Probably going to drop off the worker and finish this, and also probably going to kill the dozer. That's going to be really unfortunate for Pablo. Terrorist is going to go for it. But the terrorist is just going to completely chase it away. Pablo just parking the dozer now, and that's actually going to die. Worker being dropped off to build that. We've got an ambulance killing some workers. I say that, it hasn't actually killed any workers yet. Killed 2, killed 3. Ambulance is now going to survive just and run away. Oldie not paying attention there, and a technical is going to kill. Was that 2 Vs killed and a missile defender going down? Ambulance is going to kill I thought it was going to kill a few more workers. But Pablo is really doing pretty badly now. He's also upgraded his power plant. You don't need to upgrade your power plant to build that laser turret. This is kind of basic stuff, and stuff you can just practice even just a skirmish or a sandbox mode. You can just boot up a game and see if you need to build a power to produce that. You don't. If you're going to be building laser tanks, then yeah, sure you do. But if you don't build any laser tanks, then you don't need to upgrade it. So it's 500 wasted there for him at the moment. This whole section of the map looks like it's being completely dominated by Oldie. Pablo Escobar is very soon going to be only on 1 supply. He's also leaving his Chinooks here, taking massive damage from the Chinooks for absolutely no reason, and needs to be moving them away and probably long distance mining from this one. Tunnel is going up from Oldie. Oldie really getting the full surround on Pablo at the moment. Supply is going to be taken out. We've got quads out now for Oldie as well. Technical probably going to run over all these missile defenders. He's going to run over 2, and actually he's just going to hang around and lose it. But micro from both of these players is nowhere near perfect in any of these games, to be honest. Lots of mistakes. V going down there, probably going to lose it. Of course, it's not tucked behind there. Plenty of mistakes from both players throughout these whole games. A little bit sloppy. 4 Chinooks now collecting from there. I don't know why he wouldn't like long distance mine from here, or from here, or even from, maybe not from Zenny's base, because he has seen quads out. I wonder if the quads can actually reach the supplies from there. I don't think they can. I think they're just out of range, which is fortunate for Pablo. Pablo is really in a bad situation now. He's really completely stuck in his base, full surround from Oldie. Oldie also not being fully aggressive as before. He's also not going inside of these bunkers. Is going for an oil grab, it looks like. But he's choosing to go for a palace and make this a really slow game when he knows. In my opinion, he knows that he should be able to close this out nice and easy. He doesn't need to upgrade to a palace. He's on 3 supplies, could be on 4 supplies. Just needs to make 2 war factories, loads of tunnels and RPGs, and this game can be over in literally a matter of minutes. But Pablo, a little bit lucky in the sense that Oldie has taken his foot off the gas. I think Oldie knows he's probably won the game just based on securing this part here, and therefore is just going to sit back now. These Vs, are they going to lose anything to these tunnels? I'm not sure how much is in the tunnels. We've got probably 5 or 6 units inside of there. V taking a little bit of damage to the toxin tunnel. That one's going to go pretty low, not near the ambulance, so it's not repairing at the moment. We've got a rebel bike from Oldie, so it's probably going to be going for the oil capture on this top left hand side. We've got another V going low to the toxin tunnel, and a V actually goes fully down. That one taking about 50% damage as well. 1 V is completely out of place, not near the ambulance. On this left hand side at the bottom, we've got a big aggression from Oldie, now pushing forward with the quads. Loads of missile defenders going down, a V going down. The Chinooks have been completely pushed off, and now has to go on long distance mine from here, which he could have done before, to be honest, but choosing to do so now. Supply center going down. I don't know if he's got any doze left. He has got a doze left here, but Pablo is really now on thin ice. This is his last dozer. doesn't have any supply center. Power's going down now. Dozer really needs to build something fast. Because if he'd have waited there, you wouldn't have been able to build a supply because that power would have gone down. Would have had to build the power first. I think he still has enough money because I think he has 800 for a power anyway. So doing the right thing, selling the barracks. Does have a fire base left here that he could sell if he really needs to. Probably would do, to be honest. Quads, whilst moving, do a lot less damage. So not recommendable to move and shoot at the same time because they do a lot less damage. You want to keep them stationary when you can and kill the Vs that way. Firebase being engaged by 2 quads. Quads going to be denied though by the Vs. On the bottom right we have seen the oil captured now for Oldie. A little bit overkill with the tunnels here. Oldie is going to go for the oil on the top left, and unfortunately for Pablo, the Rebel has managed to save itself for now inside of the bunker, but it's at least distracting Pablo. So the game has slowed down a little bit. Oldie is now going buggies. So, I mean, in my opinion, Oldie could have won this game a while ago, but instead he's choosing to play out more slowly. He's also built a Scud Storm as well, a little bit overkill when you know your enemy is literally on his last dozer, his last few buildings. He's lost quite a few Vs. You've taken over his whole base. You have pretty much the whole map. You have your oil, you've got 3rd supply, 4th supply, could have 5th supply. You want to be building two war factories and mass producing units rather than doing this late bunkery style. In my opinion, once Oldie comes up against a top player, he's going to have a real difficulty when he keeps taking off the pressure like this. He needs to keep the pressure on, in my opinion. But this methodical approach is working once again, slowly picking off these Vs now. It's looking really difficult for Pablo. Quad does manage to be killed by Pablo. Laser lock working there. We've only got 1 V and 1 ambulance left now. The V is Vet 2. We've got a 2nd V there. But this is looking very, very bad for Pablo. It's kind of like the last game where you just saw the green on the map just growing and growing and growing. As I say that, Pablo knows it's GG.
You are victorious.
His time in this tournament is done, and Oldie goes through to the next round. So well played by Oldie in this round. Completely dominated Pablo for pretty much every single game. Just that double helix build order I didn't really like. The micro in that was really bad. You can see here Oldie collected loads more money, almost triple, and Oldie actually losing more units in that one. Actually losing about the same, but it's always a bit confusing because some splash damage and whatever doesn't count as kills and whatever. So yeah, GG. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and look forward to seeing Oldie in round 2.